Are you allergic to red meat? Part two. This part two is the solution. In part one, if you haven't checked it out, I talked about, what is red meat allergy. It's called alpha gal syndrome. What is that? If you don't know what it is, go to part one, click on part one, and then come back here for the solution. Okay. So for those of you, part two, who are ready for part two, here's the solution. Let me give you a reminder of the research. So this was the article that I was talking about in part one. It is the Journal Allergy Clinical Immunology Practice, January 2020, during COVID. It's a diagnosis and management of patients with the alpha-gal syndrome, which is red meat allergy. So you've been diagnosed with, or maybe you suspect, what should you do? What is the management? And I talked about when any type of medical literature says management, that means it's not cure. Okay. Automatically, management means not cure. There's no cure. They don't know. What it means is they don't know how to fix it. So they can only manage it. Okay. Manage it means putting a band-aid over it, hoping it heals by itself. Okay. That's what management leaves. So this article says, okay, what if you suspect you have alpha-gal syndrome, red meat allergy, you can try to avoid tick bites, right? And so this article believes that majority of the U.S. Red meat allergy is due to tick bites. But you maybe wonder, oh, how come not everybody who gets bit by a tick gets allergic to red meat, right? That's a whole nother topic. But so that really tells you, okay, it's not really the tick bite. Why do some people get tick bites and the ticks, let's say there's all the ticks have this virus, have this bacteria. How come not everybody develops an autoimmune? How come everybody doesn't develop Lyme disease? How come everybody doesn't, who gets bitten by these infected ticks, how come not everybody develops alpha gal? You got to think about that. Okay. So really a tick bite is not the root cause. It's the person's body, the person's immune system, right? The immune system is the problem. But that's for another day. Second thing these researchers recommend is avoidance of red meat. This is the standard protocol for any allergy. You go to an allergist, you say you're allergic to peanuts. Okay, then just stay away from peanuts. You're allergic to soy, just stay away from soy. You're allergic to cauliflower, just stay away from cauliflower, right? I mean, for me, it's kind of common sense, right? But what if you're like a Texan like me and you love red meat and you want your steaks and you want your barbecue, right? You're like, "Oh, I don't want to avoid it." Well, if you don't want to feel terrible all the time, then you're gonna have to. These scientists say you're gonna have to avoid it. Okay, I'm gonna share with you a possible other solution, but this is what the medical association tells you. And this is for any allergy. It's not just for meat. Okay. They also want you to, if you have severe cases of meat allergy, you want to avoid dairy products, right? And additional considerations for managing non-meat, non-dairy food products. You got to be careful of these. So pork gut casings for sausages, mammalian fat in foods like lard, right? Oh, I know, like if you like ramen, oh, then you can't eat ramen because ramen, they use lard. Okay. Gelatin, tuna, and dolphins, right? Here's another one that the medical association will try to deny, and then they will also say, oh, it's not that common. Medications, right? So if you're doing monoclonal antibodies, okay, gelatin containing medications like these Zostavax, MMR, vaccinations, so forth, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm just reporting. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? These are other scientists that have found that these medications, right, could contribute to your meat allergy. Enzyme replacement, pancreatic enzymes, okay? Now these are prescription enzymes, okay? Bovine, porcine, so cow or pig heart valves, if you use those, antivenom, heparin, okay? Those could all contribute to magnesium stearate, could all contribute to your alpha-gal syndrome, okay? So That is that is the solution from the medical institutions. Medical institutions are saying just avoid it. There's no other treatment. They can't do anything because they can't do anything about it. They cannot get your immune system, okay, to fight off that tick bite, virus, bacteria, whatever it is, and to balance itself. There is no medical treatment that can balance your immune system, that can help you restore the balance in your immune system. Okay. Now, one thing I like about this research team is they did not just poo poo and just say alternative medical approaches all are unproven, they don't work, and just poo poo on them. Many research and scientists do that. They have no basis to say something doesn't work, but because it's not what they do, it's not medicine, they put down all types of treatments, right? I don't really trust those type of scientists and physicians because nobody knows it all. I don't know it all, right? I'm not a hater of medications. Uh, I love medical doctors. My sister, my brother-in-law are medical doctors. My best friends are medical doctors. Medications, take them when it's an emergency. I would take them in an emergency situation. I'm not against medications, okay? But I am against using the wrong treatment for the wrong type of disease. You can't use acute medicine. Western medicine is only acute medicine. You can't use acute medicine to treat chronic problems and then say that the solutions, that people that are actually fixing the problem, that because they're not scientific tested, are a bunch of woo-woo, right? So that's one thing I like about this research. They said, hey, treatment about they know there are alternative and complementary medical approaches being offered in the community, such as auricular acupuncture, kinesiology, and others, right? They didn't list what others are. And here's what they found. An interesting possibility is that the apparent efficacy observed in some of these cases actually reflects the natural history of the syndrome, and the levels can drop rapidly in some cases, right? So if the IgE, that means that your immune system is not reacting to it. So somehow these so-called alternative or complementary medical treatments are helping the immune system not react to it like crazy, right? So that means it works. So now, again, it's not proven. There's no scientific research, blah, blah, blah. That's what other doctors are going to say. What would I do? What would my team do in our clinic? We've never treated alpha-gal, okay? Syndromes. I can't say that we are successful in treating it, but we have been successful in reversing many autoimmune diseases through the tools that we use at Achieve Integrative Health. But the tools we use, they're not that as important. It's what we're doing, the focus of what we're doing is the most important thing. If you want to fix an allergy, you want to fix an autoimmune condition, which is still an allergy condition, you have to fix the immune system. So you don't fix the immune system by replacing the function of the immune system. Replacing means, okay, I broke my leg and I have to use a crutch, okay? And I'm going to walk with crutches for the rest of my life. I will never use this leg again. That doesn't fix the leg problem, right? The leg needs to be able to walk again without the crutches. So immune system, if you give crutches to the patient, if your doctor just gives you crutches, what are crutches? Things that mask the symptom, things that don't fix the problem, things that don't get your body to fix the problem, okay? Nobody can fix a problem. No pill can fix your problem. No needle can fix your problem, right? Only your body can fix the problem. So the key is to how to get your body to fix it by itself. By giving a pill, whether that's a medication or even a supplement. And I love medication and supplements, right? But both of those are just crutches. So it's like you walking on crutches and never using your leg. By giving a supplement or a pill to do the job of your immune system for your immune system, you're not helping it. You're actually making it worse. Just think about, have you ever seen someone who broke their leg, they walked on crutches for the rest of their life and never used that leg? What happens to that leg? That leg atrophies, it shrinks, it gets weaker, it becomes useless. That's what happens when you use crutches in your medical treatments. Chronic treatments. I'm not talking about acute. Acute, go to the hospital, okay? I'm talking about chronic. I'm talking about this allergy. This allergy did not occur overnight. Red meat allergy any allergy does not occur overnight. It occurs over 10, 20 years. You just feel it now, but it occurred at least 10 years ago. You just kept on using drugs, crutches, right? You took a pill so you didn't feel the symptom and you thought that it fixed the problem, but it didn't. So what we do in our clinic is we find out what part of your immune system, which organ in your immune system, organ system in your immune system is not functioning. Because let me go back to the previous question. How come everybody who got bit by an infected tick did not develop red meat allergy? Why? There's 7 billion people in the world. How come only 10,000? Or even say if there's just a million, how come only 1 million people develop red meat allergy? You got to think about that, right? So it's because the immune system, you got to focus on the immune system. It's the immune system. The people that got affected, their immune system was already out of balance. That's why when they got a tick bite, that just caused a chain reaction, whether it's Lyme disease, whether it's red meat allergy. So the problem is not the tick. The problem is your immune system. So let's say you're diagnosed now with red meat allergy. What do you do now? What caused it in the first place? Your immune system. So fix your immune system. Okay. So in our clinic, what we do is we identify through our diagnostics, and we utilize blood tests as well. We work with your immunologist and your allergist. We are not a one-stop shop. Okay. Any clinic that says they're a one-stop shop is lying, right? They're playing God. And so we work with your immunologist. We need those blood tests. We need to see, right? And it helps us monitor if what we're doing is actually working. Because in the case, those alternative treatments, the IgE is significantly dropped. We can't do that in our clinic. We need your allergist's help, your immunologist's help. And all of the blood tests, we get the blood test, we do our own diagnostics, and we identify which organ systems are dysfunctioning, and then we go and help those organ systems regain their function. Once they regain their function, right, then your immune system will start to work by itself. And then naturally, your body will start lowering that reaction to the alpha-gal, right? That's, in my opinion, this is my opinion, how you permanently fix something is to get your body to do it. We don't do it. We are just an assistant to your body. Now, there's more details on how we do that. And if you're interested, obviously, you can contact our clinic. But I highly recommend you find a clinic that takes this approach if you want to fix this, if you want to go back to eating steaks again, okay? Because if you don't do this way, you're just going to get worse. You may get better by avoiding meat, right, for 10 years, okay? By the time you turn 70, things are just you're gonna feel like you just fell off a cliff and everything just stops working. It didn't happen like that. It's because of the choices you make today. So find a clinic, find a practitioner that is willing, throw their ego out, humbly help you, find the root cause, find which organ systems are dysfunctioning, and help you support your organ system so that your body does the healing by itself.